There are few words in the English lexicon that can spark an intense reaction in people. Whether that be good or bad, it shows that this word has had a lot of impact on the lives of people. One of these words is creepypasta. For some, like myself, it sparks a twinge of, well, cringe. A lot feel reminiscent. Some feel joy. And a lot feel confusion as to how pasta could be creepy. What does the word originate from? What does it mean? Why does this microphone sound like it's from World War II? All of these will be answered soon. Let's start with the origin of the word. Originally, there were things called copypastas, which started out on the birth of computers. It could be any chain of text, usually about a paragraph long, sometimes longer. These range from, "I graduated top of my class in the Navy SEALs," to long-winded rants about how somebody is a nice guy. These have been around way before email, and well, it's a very crude way to send text. It's easy to show how dated it is due to its very rough formatting. It was a way to make viral text, before there were images and text sharing available beforehand. So, in a way, it was the original meme. Now, why was it called a copypasta? Well, the copy part is simple. You copy a file, then paste. You copy pasta. You copy pasta it. It's odd, but out of all reasons, it made the most sense. It could also be a reference to spaghetti code being used as it was shared around that way, but it seems kind of niche, and I don't think that would have caught on the widespread audiences. So, copy pasta, copy paste. That's what the main definition is. That's what the main origin is. So since the dawn of the internet as we know it, there have been copypastas, most of them containing stories, a majority comedic in tone or outlandish. A few of these, however, were horror stories. Urban legend, campfire type stories that you would tell your cabin of middle schoolers as a teen leader to make them stop trying to sneak out in the middle of the night. Eventually, as all things do, it ended up on 4chan, where they started to mass produce these text files. And a lot of them were creepy. A lot of them had horror undertones and found their way onto the X board or paranormal board. And there were so many of them and so widespread that you could not feasibly track down specifically where it started or where it originally traced from. But this just means that we know it started to really take off on 4chan. So before then, it could have happened on some other sites, but we're not sure. So you have all these horror stories, all these amazing stories, all these kind of scary stories. But what do they call them? Can't call them just scary stories. That could be any type of story. It doesn't have to be in this format. Well, we have these copypastas, and these are creepy copypastas. Why are they not just, a creepy pasta? So, now that you know how it was created, the name was created, what are the contents of these stories? Well, they range from not scary, to stupid, to funny trying to be scary, to, wow, that one really did actually scare me. A lot of them are good. It ranges so wildly, and before the days of strict moderation on the site, there are a lot of bad ones. I mean, the majority, the most popular creepypastas are pretty bad. A lot of them are. It's rare any of them escape the, "it's a haunted video game and it's scary," or "edgy teen killer is edgy" category. And this is why I personally wouldn't call my favorite horror stories online creepypastas. I've heard a lot of amazing written pieces from the site, but it's really a shame that the more flimsy stories are the center of this amalgamation. It's like they're the front runner, and most people who think of the term creepypasta don't associate it with better made content. It's usually the less rigid. There is, however, subdivision to creepypastas. There have been many stories that have broken that labeling of creepypasta, even if they came from it. I mean, for instance, while it was in its infancy, the SCP community was almost classified as like a ARG creepypasta type thing. But due to its formatting and the very strict way it was handled, it escaped that. So I'm glad it did, because I feel like any type of online horror story, or ARG, when linked to a creepypasta, will not be taken as seriously. And I think that's what you should take away from this, is that creepypastas have been tainted by the bad, and there are great ones, but a majority of them are not good, and that's why the labeling for them isn't as bulletproof as as it could be. If I got anything wrong in this video, feel free to let me know. I have all my sources in the description, and I always go through and I research these. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe if you want to see more. If you don't, cool. I hope you have a good rest of your day and enjoy yourself.